On this week's episode of the Cowboy4Game podcast, we talk about the WCQ performances and Zodiacs. What do you reckon we're going to think about them? And then we talk about Billy and Jackie's unbanning. We go through some sweet Lights of Revenge reprints, and then talk about a couple of new cards in the OCG. This is the Cowboy4Game podcast. And I'm Bragg, and I'm joined here once again by special guest Loklin.
That's me.
How you going, buddy?
Special guest. I'm going well. How are you, Bragg?
Yeah, good. Pretty damn good. How was your week in Yu-Gi-Oh?
It was okay. Went to locals yesterday. Went 2-2. Kind of sucked. Versus True Draco Zoo in the first round. Just never drew into my Horn of Heavens. And then in the end game versus Cyframes, about to attack him for just enough to, in turn, just about to attack him for game.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll use Speedos's effect. Big mistake. Should have just attacked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
That's just always just cheeky pokes. They can't get it through them with the Cyframes. I can't believe people still play it up. All right. It's.
How was your week?
Pretty damn quiet. My deck was locked in my locker, so I couldn't play it against Lucky Drew. And deck boxless still, because someone stole my deck box last week.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I know, but nothing in it. Just the pink deck box gone. My favorite, my hot pink deck box has been stolen.
Listen, I don't even agree with the death penalty, but no.
Oh, we've already jumped into that, have we? No, but otherwise, yeah. So, and then I'm pretty broke at the moment, so I couldn't get any of the pendulum stuff.
Tell me about it, man.
This week. So, I mean, hopefully next week some stuff comes down. I can not be a complete idiot. Might buy a box.
Yeah, I looked and I went to sign into my internet banking this time, and it was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah, there was definitely. Yeah, towards the Friday, Saturday, I just ignored my account and just and I was scanning my card at the pub, just going, "Oh, I hope this goes."
That's the worst.
And I hang around, and they're like the bar staff thing, you're waiting for more. I was like, "No, I'm waiting to see the approved, man. Come on."
They turn it around, and as soon as you tap it, they turn it back around. Like, no, I need to see that.
Yeah. And yeah, so that was for Harry's birthday, so then they came over and played some Goat. And yeah, I played some Goat last week as well, so Goat, long live Goat.
I've been playing Goat on Dueling Book, and it's just gotta suck at Goat because I just don't know any of the rules.
Oh yeah, as soon as it is very much, you just get used to it, right? You train it, then soon enough you know everything, so then you know the counter plays, and then you do next level stuff, and you start doing set all your back row, set a card, and then hopefully they think it's Morphing Jar, or they might go, "Oh, that's a bluff."
Yeah.
There's so much there. I love it so much.
Yeah. I made him. Just Scapegoat. It's all Scapegoat to me. I'm like, activate Scapegoat. Okay, cool. Activate Metamorph. And it's like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, nope.
Meant to do it at the end phase, mate, or in the battle phase if they don't have Azure Priest. Or partial.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was and one day we should just do a Goat cast, full Goat, talk about how we like to play and stuff, because it definitely is the thing. I think pretty much every podcast we have had a reference to how good it is.
Yeah, I just want to play Burn.
And then we can argue about Exarion Universe in that format.
Not Chaos Control, like everything else, right?
Yes.
That's essentially what the deck is called. I versed Vampires the other day, and that was interesting.
Yeah, I actually do like the Vampires thing back then. It was
They're just not good though. Like they opened the nuts, and I gave them and I set the jar where you discard your hand and draw 5, and he got down to the point where he had 1 in hand and then flipped it, and I was like, and he still lost.
Oh wow, and still lost.
Yeah.
If you're losing after a +4, maybe you need to reanalyze the deck.
Well, no. He attacked into it.
Yeah.
It was like a +5 for him almost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty much +5 because he didn't lose anything for activating it.
Nah. Kick. Lol. Terrible. otherwise. So that's how Go Talk. Woohoo. Tune back next week. Emails at teamcvg@gmail.com. Contact us on Facebook. Hopefully someone's replying to that. Are you on the Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, cool. As long as someone's monitoring those messages, because it's not me.
I don't know. The last message we got was in January, I think.
Wait. Hold on. Who the hell contacted Andrew? Otherwise. Yeah, see, we're not obviously getting message enough on Facebook. Go and hit us up. Actually, I'm going to regret that. But anyway. Products out this week. Nothing. But Life's Revenge is next week. Woohoo. We'll talk about Life's Revenge a little bit when we get to the product news. So, obviously, European Championships and the Central American WCQ both finished. We only had the good breakdown of Euros, because I haven't gotten through. Yeah, the Konami blog for like all the Americas is pretty bad. So I just know who won it, and I got their deck list off YouTube. But we'll go into that in a second. First, we'll just cover Euros though. So the top 64 was 43 Zodiac, 9 True Draco, 9 True Draco Zodiac, 2 Zodiac Kaiju, 1 Winwitch, 1 Pendulum Magician.
That is 11 decks that aren't Zodiac.
And the Pendulum Magician deck also ran the Zoo engine. So, for what that's worth.
Wait, actually, wait, 1 second. 43 plus 9 plus 9.
It's 54.
2.
I'm pretty sure it's 54 decks.
Plus 1, that's 65 decks.
Wherever I copy and pasted this from lied. Yeah, I'm like going, hold on. Oh, so there you go, 65 decks topped.
That 65th deck was just too good to leave out.
And we'll somehow got whittled down to the top 32 of 22 Zodiacs, 8 Zoo True Dracos, 1 ABC. Now,
Wait, what?
There's an ABC deck missing.
What? Where did the ABC come from? What is this?
Wow. No, there's no way.
Where did you get your information from?
It was a mix between Italian Yu-Gi-Oh, their own stream, and no, it was mixing between those two. So one of those two have cocked up.
He didn't top 60. No ABC in the top 64, but at the top 32. Whew.
Let's have a look.
Maybe that was the 65th deck.
Yeah. Well, no, the 65th deck. Well, no, maybe the
60th. Oh wait, no, yeah.
66 decks, mate. Top 66. Execute
66.
top 66.
Execute order.
Yeah, top 32. That's top tables. Bets providers about. And
I'm so confused.
Go down. Yeah. Oh, that's around 12, top 64. Okay, so somehow there must have been another round after round 12. Oh, okay. The top 64 then cut out. But why wouldn't ABC be there? Wow.
What?
Well, there's a conspiracy. There's a false flag.
They were like, one of the judge's friends was like, "Hey man, come on, I put a lot of money into this deck," and he was like, "Sure, we'll just hope no one notices."
I wonder
65 decks.
I wonder how many rounds in the WCQ there were.
God, there is some trash going on in the statistics.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
What is going on? Oh, I tell you what, I've mixed up my stats. That's the Central American one.
Oh, okay.
Yep, no, so that's top 32 is actually for the Central American one. That's the thing, I was looking at it going, why do I have the top 64 in the Central American one? That must, this is why you don't type the night before. There we go. So there you go, the ABC, don't ruin the show notes. Anyway, sorry for that disruption. So the Euro Championships ended up whittling down to, so there you go. So we ended up whittling down to pure 8 Zodiac decks. With 43 of them, you'd hope they would.
Well, back to Pepe format, boys.
Now that's a...
No, I know this deck isn't as good as Pepe.
Now, I was yelling about when we were watching Euros on stream of that we're watching, like, as Konami likes to do, they like to put rogue decks on the stream
Yeah.
for whatever reason. And then I was yelling at it going, why would you play a rogue deck in your World Championship qualifier? Like, that to me is there's no messing around. You go with a tried and true, you walk up and you just, no risk. Like, that one person that played Pendulum Magicians, like, I probably wouldn't play Pendulum Magicians and I'm playing the deck as it is. But if I were to go across Oceanics, no, I'd be playing Zoo. Like, it's serious.
I don't know, man. Like, what immediately comes to my head is that dude who went 7-3 with Dynamist and was like, if I verse Zoo, I just win.
Yeah.
So if you find something that has a good Zoo matchup, I'd play that instead. But maybe that's where we're different.
And I get you, and I was hoping Cosmo would have, like, going back to the Pepe thing, I was hoping Cosmo would have some slight counter to Pepe before, the fucking Zinco bullshit. And so but that's for a YCS, right? When we hit a WCQ, like, that to me is like a different thing, and you've got to deal with those idiots that are playing Rogue. And as you know from your experiences last week, playing Dynamist doesn't always end out well.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's a bit different. I was playing at an event where it was, like, it didn't even matter that much because, like, it was just a money prize.
Yeah. And
like, this is where you show up.
Yeah. And for the most part, like, I'm torn. Like, obviously running Pendulum Magicians because, like, they have a pretty weak Zoo matchup. Unless if Call's active. But even when Call's active, they can just wait till the next turn anyway. And, like, no one's OTKing anyone, right? So, unless if you're running the Odd Eyes build when you get enough damage on board. But the current version, I guess you got the Perform Mage Magician, Trapeze, to do some crazy swings.
I'm kind of happy that sort of, like, OTKing is sort of almost left the meta.
Yeah, it is.
Like, Invoke don't do it, Zodiac don't do it. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, one thing. Yeah, actually, that is the one thing about Zoo is it doesn't OTK like crazy, unless if you're trying a crazy combo of sorts, right? But
yeah, maybe I haven't been in the game long enough. I still don't understand why Zoo is as good as it is.
It is just a nice, consistent base that has very flexible answers for everybody, and you can just run the same nice base deck, and then crazy hand traps and crazy other support. You're drawing them with Emerald, and you got a free pop. So it is just a very good. You just sit there with your base that it's like Masterpiece. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's just you can just instead of having like a Masterpiece you set up around or a Dark Destroyer you're summoning, your Dryden is really piss easy to fucking summon. You get to draw shit in the process of summoning the Dryden. You get the same pop, and the paying for okay, yeah, wipe my board. I'll just make another board next turn, and since we don't have OTKs, I'll survive.
Yeah, no, never mind. That explains it. Is the fact that we don't. If we had a deck that OTK'd right now, Zodiac would not be as good as it is.
Yeah, that checks out with me. But otherwise, so half of this for me, Zoo is 100. Zoo is obviously the best deck, but if this was a YCS, I would be interested to see if we're the same amount of people. But then again, the same amount of people probably just as determined to win a YCS, so it will be the very similar makeup in the topping list, right?
Yeah.
And so between that and the Central American one, Zoo also won Central America. Should Zoo have been hit?
Absolutely. Zoo should have been hit 2 months ago.
Yeah, I feel they should have done the hit to Norden on the previous list and left Rat at 3 so Rat can still perform like it is now. Like, the deck can still perform like it is now, but without the Norden loop. And then the last ban list we should have had a bit more of a massacre to, even out. Because, even after whatever next hit, I'm pretty sure Zoo will last again. Unless if they do the full nuke on the next list, which I doubt. They'll probably just ban, Broadball or something. And then they'll still pull shit out of their ass.
Yeah, they banned
so to speak.
Broadball and then they're like, cool, Tiger Mortar. I don't know. I said this about Metal Foes though, except Metal Foes didn't get banned. They just got power crept. I was like, what can you ban in Metal Foes?
Oh, you ban Kieran. Like, I'm pretty sure me and Andrew mentioned this, like, where it's like they just fell off because Kieran was the big. That's me.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Like you've got a Dragon Rulers a Zodiac deck, honestly, in my opinion. It's too good that it survives too much.
Yeah, it probably should have gone like, and it's a little bit like obviously going to WCQ. Like, okay, what was the big hotness of this season? It was Zodiac. So obviously keeping the format kind of similarish, running through until September when we get links. We'll get a new ban list. Will be a clean slate. We start up on the new regionals and YCS season for us over here in Australia. So obviously just keeping it same and is for one thing, but before I go into the decks, we're talking about we was jokingly mentioned in our local Yu-Gi-Oh group that it's what was it? They're Konami wants money, blah blah blah, and it's just like they just released a pendulum deck that Zoo completely counters. This is the end of pendulums. Like, this is the end of pendulums as we know it. Like, this is their final encore. Yet here we are with one magician topping in 2 big tournaments. Like, it's a little bit shit, right? Like, it was to wrap up the season. Pendulums, they were only good for Pepe, and they were only good for 3 weeks, and after that they've kind of been like, obviously you got the Cliff Art stuff, you've got Metal Foes and that, but like Metal Foes were never like like the big for all the shit everyone gives pendulums. They're nothing on XEs, right? Like, XEs are still the thing.
Well, I just don't like. In my mind, it's like, cool. You have pendulums are consistent in my mind, and
What?
but what?
You reckon?
Absolutely. I say, like, I've said this before. I've said pendulums are consistent, but their monsters suck. Kind of.
Yep, gotcha.
Like, I'm not scared of any single card, like, that's like, I'm not scared of the effect of Pensork. I'm scared of what they're going to draw off Pot of Greed and then what XYZ they're going to make.
Yeah.
So it consistently helps you get to where you want to be with, like, XYZ monsters. XYZ monsters is still the big thing.
XEs. But otherwise. And, I mean, and obviously that's probably the same you could say with Zodiac nearly, except they have a Dryden at the end, which is just, you can summon off base, so yeah, that's a good point.
You drop Maxi and they're like, cool, here's one draw.
Yeah, so Zo should have been hit. It's a bit of a dick move towards the Pendulum deck, considering they just released the pack. We've got 4 weeks. Yeah, pretty much 3 and a bit weeks until Links. And not much to show. Like, damn it, I kind of wish there was it just sucks. I kind of wish we had the final encore of Pendulums, but that's just
I don't think I'm ready for pendulums to go. Like, my deck doesn't even get hit that hard, but I'm
I mean, obviously your deck Cliff Force like that, but just what pendulums did. Like, I wasn't even the biggest fan. I hated making new zones. Like, it's just, hey, come on now. That's not how you end an era. Looking over some of these lists though, moving on. The Central American one ran 2 Winter Cherries in the main, so here we go again.
I rate that.
Yeah, look, I got burned by cherries at YCS. I'm never going to like it again. Fuck that card. I don't care about it.
Yeah.
Chalice bodied that. He mained his board wipes in 2 Dark Holes and 1 Regeki. And then didn't play... played one Unending Nightmare in the main for the spell and trap removal. And ran the Solemn Brigade instead of Barrier. And then in the side deck, he runs Deck Lockdown, which is kind of cool to see. And Econ, obviously, we knew about. Like, there's a whole bunch of same stuff in here. I'm just pointing out the interesting things. Deck Lockdown, I didn't think was a main... Like, obviously, you look and go, yeah, Deck Lockdown, that works. But to see someone, play it and win, it's a different story.
Oh yeah, shout out to Dylan from my locals who also plays Deck Lockdown in True Draco Zoo, and it just fucked me up.
Yep. That's why I guess we run it, right?
Yeah.
The European one, No Ash in the main, no Flying Sea in the main. He sides into it. Also, this guy top deck like a god. Like, it
How
has,
so?
well, going into the final thing, he's sitting on Flying Sea. It's in time. Opponent sets up a board. He top decks with Geki.
Jesus.
And like I was kind of in and out of the room this morning, so I didn't see. But apparently, like I heard, like he ripped a Twin Twister or a Cyclone in game 1 or 2 to clutch that back. Actually, game 2 I think actually. And then so the other cool thing that this runs Shuffle Reborn.
I don't understand this at all.
Shuffle Reborn is probably going to be the new hype card after this. I'm not sure if there was anything about this before.
It's not good.
It wasn't on anyone's radar. But for those who don't know, it's in Dimensions of Chaos, and it reads as follows when the image reads. If you control a monster, target one monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. Also banish it during the end phase. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one card you control, shuffle in the deck, then draw one card. Also, during the end phase of this turn, banish one card from your hand. You can use this effect to shuffle one. So obviously the second effect. I don't think people are using the second effect much, unless if they really need to recycle stuff. That first effect though seems kind of okay.
Yeah, unless you've got like just attack sitting. No, not even attack. Maybe like a Cobra sitting on board or something. Just like get out of here.
Yeah, he's also playing Soul Charge, so obviously I'd play Soul Charge over this, and then he's trying to play 3 Soul Charge or 3 Monster Reborn just as Resurrection. Woohoo!
I imagine the deck's okay without it. Like he's running 42 cards and 2 Shuffle Reborns. Like why?
Yeah, a little bit of utility brings it back. He's running Econ in the main. Like his deck is just meant for the mirror as well, right?
What the fuck? 14 card extra? What is this list?
That has to be stuff up.
Okay.
There's no way that's not. Borbo, Dweller, Emerald. Maybe you played 2 Emeralds. That's a bit weird. I wonder what if anyone knows the 15th extra deck card is. That's no way. That's bullshit. Then he runs a Solemn Brigade and Torrential.
Yeah.
And no, like 1 D-Barrier in the main, 2 on the side. So like.
What's that card? What's that trap card between Torrential Tribute and Warning?
Zodiac combo.
Oh, fair. I couldn't figure it out from the card art.
And he runs Desires in the main too. In the side, we already covered the side. Side's 3 gammies as well. Cyclones in the main as well. Kind of interesting. Desires as well. Not. Jeez, take some balls to run Desires.
Does it? Anymore? Like now that Rat's at 2 anyway, and it's not even that big.
Oh, but if you lose, I guess. But if you lose any of them, like this, like I'm just imagining like the fucking hellscape where I banish, all 10 of my Zodiac monsters.
I mean, yeah, but you weren't going to draw. Oh, yeah, actually, because it's Zoo, you would have.
I mean, obviously, you should be activating your tanking barrage before that, or you should, just draw into it. That's just me being paranoid. That's not actually any thought. Oh, he ripped a Max C as well, the crazy guy. So anyway, that's doing that. Woohoo! Good times. Let's move on to more pressing matters of Oceanics this weekend. I might do a pre-interview with Unky Drew before he heads off to New Zealand.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Unky Drew looks nice.
Yep, he's
After a strong showing at YCS, Unky Drew will be looking to take out. What's he playing?
I don't know.
Fair.
I have a half idea. He probably doesn't. He'll probably change later in the week. Especially after seeing this, you have to tweak some stuff, knowing where the meta's at.
Well, he'd be afraid to play Zodiac now, right? What about if he came up against Dynamist? No. He should just play Blue Eyes again. Do it.
Tell you what, invoked Blue Eyes, mate.
Not even that bad, is it?
No, it's pretty alright. It's okay. Could do worse. Otherwise, other more tournament news. Billy and Jackie have been unsuspended.
Ooh.
So for all of our grandstanding and bullshit last week, their their appeal of that was a practice match, and I lied on the YouTube video. Went ahead. They found an anomaly. They have reinstated him. He's free to go to work.
I think Glasgow brought up a really good point on this, where they were like, so they received new information.
Yeah.
Was able to confirm the new information. Was able to go through all the tournament programs and everything, and then unban them all in the space of 2 days.
Yeah.
Or they what? I don't understand why they did this, to be honest.
If I did investigations and public bannings like I did, like if I acted the way I did at my company, wouldn't have a bar of it. I would be pulled up, and I probably wouldn't be holding my position of doing that, because I conduct investigations all the time, and you have to analyze all the facts and stuff. And when it comes out of, no, you missed this blatantly obvious, like, I sure hope someone's their corporate culture is so, like, I wonder what it is like to be them.
It probably sucks.
Yeah, I don't know how they exist.
I can't imagine it being a fun time.
Yeah, but in the scheme of the world, it probably is nothing. But yeah, it's a bit shit as Nadir. Yeah, brought up. No one would have been given that precedence, unlike those two. So
yeah,
well, I hope I don't get banned anytime soon.
Well, I'll just say it was a joke.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah, they've just set a precedent. It's a joke.
In other tournament news, North American WCQ will get cool dice with the elements. Like, I'm pretty sure one of the OCG territories got these cool dice. You Americans get to have them. Jealous. Hopefully they bring them over for Oceanics this weekend, actually, and they just didn't tell us in the FAQ. The FAQ.
That doesn't sound like a thing they would do. That sounds like a good idea.
Oh, no. No, I'm going to make that reference anyway, despite your fucking winky face. So, the World Championship Celebration Weekend has been announced as well, a thing for, once again, the Americans. But I'm pretty sure we're going to force our OTS to do it, where you run the World Championship list for the weekend. So, I combine...
Wait, really?
Yeah, like, they've got prize support, like, they're going to have mats and everything for everyone, but, I mean, it's definitely a thing that's going to happen on that weekend. And, like, I would implore you, like, it's... I just always, like, it's kind of irked me that the World Championship ban list is never used for anything more than one tournament. And I kind of would like to see hey, everyone uses this crazy fucking ban list. And, you know, not so much.
It's a bunch of kids come into ours and they're just like, Exodia. It's like, okay. Like, yeah. It just won't matter. Like, someone will show up not playing that and they'll be like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, well, if you fully announce it and all that bullshit, just run 2 tournaments.
Fair.
And, you know, I can't tie that in. Yeah, you're right. Not that, and also the problem is, like, with my Unky Drew joke, I had a pre-prepared joke of Andrew wouldn't be there because he would actually be at Worlds, but, you know, he works on Sunday, so he wouldn't be there anyway. Actually, then again, I mean, he should have the weekend off. Anyway, let's move on.
I'd imagine you'd get the weekend off if you were going to Worlds.
Nah, call in sick, mate. You just call from fucking Japan, like in some hotel lobby, you just like, sorry.
Fuck, that's still crazy to me they moved it.
Mate, terrorism has created
There's not even a joke to be made there, to be honest. I'm not sinking that low.
The terrorists have won. That's it, mate. When you get... Actually, I'm pretty sure I made that joke.
What?
Oh, there's the terrorists have won. It's not a very good joke, but it's still a joke nonetheless. Lights of Revenge. Okay, moving on to product stuff. Lights of Revenge. Woohoo. We get an Omega reprint. Unky Drew called it a couple of weeks ago.
I feel like Omega and Trish aren't the 2 biggest monsters that are coming. Like, are we also getting, Fuck, aren't we also getting Minerva?
Yeah, but we've talked about Minerva being reprinted in this pack, like, for weeks, mate.
Oh, fair.
Jesus Christ. Otherwise, so yeah, we now know Omega and Trish are going to be in it. Woohoo, Trish, again. Fuck, remember, did you ever know a time of when you were excited to hear about a Trish reprint?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought a Trish for like $40 once.
Yep.
And then I sold it to Wayneman for
The master
not
of
much
Coin.
less than that, to be honest. So I don't know. Just kind of, yeah. It's okay. It's not great.
And the other cool stuff in this pack is all the Time Lord stuff from Championship Pack 17. I think I pulled that number out of my ass again. Will be in this Time Maiden. All the other ones that we didn't have, I'm pretty sure they're reprinting Meteon as well. So woohoo, all that. I wrote out the effects. We were going to talk about them if we didn't talk about the tournament stuff enough. But go and look them up. I don't really have much to say on it. They're kind of cool.
They're okay. I just don't. Yeah.
Yeah, they.
I still don't like GY for Graveyard, to be honest.
Come on, the GY.
I don't like it.
Get the program. Otherwise, in other card news, that is from the OCG. We get a Mecha Phantom Beast card. You're at least going to be excited about that.
Hype as fuck. Holy shit.
Yeah. Level 4 win, machine type monster attack and defense of 1500. You can discard one card, special summon one Mecha Phantom Beast token. Same as every other Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot use monsters other than Mecha Phantom Beast monsters as material for a Fusion, Synchro, XE, or Link summon. This card's level is increased by the total number of all levels. So yeah, the Mecha Phantom Beast token boosting effect and Warrior Control token. Yeah, so he's got the same as all of them.
Wait, is that discard one not once per turn?
No.
Oh.
Yep.
Fair. There's got to be something a bit cancerous that comes from this.
Yep.
If it's a special summon for a discard, like discard Glow Bulb, I fucking wouldn't even matter. You can't. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we'll just the next turn maybe then. As we talked about earlier, you're not getting OTK'd anymore, so who cares?
Maybe once this comes out here, we will be.
And a few weeks ago, there was I had a rumor that had popped up on some Facebook thing I read, that there will be a token-based archetype. I'm wondering if the leaker had seen this and didn't know about Mecha Phantom Beasts. Like, that could be a thing, but I feel like that if they were looking at the most recent packs, they would have definitely leaked the Six Samurai stuff, so...
Ooh, that Six Samurai card.
Which one, Struggling, or the Shinobi one that they released
Shinobi.
today? Yeah, cool. So the 6 Shinobi, if you control six Samurai monsters, each with a different attribute, skip your opponent's next turn.
I don't like this.
Why not?
I don't think this is searchable, right?
Nah, if it's called 6 Shinobi, then no.
I still don't like this. Because
Shinobi.
The effect is cancerous.
Yeah,
this is one of the
most
most cancerous effects I've ever seen.
If you get six Samurais out, and it's a trap card, so...
Have they even released a 6 Sam Link monster yet?
No, well, you just put Xian into the Link Zone.
Oh, yeah, lol.
Or the new one, which I've already forgotten its name, even though we already talked about it 2 weeks ago. So, since it's a trap card, I don't think there's one that you can use trap cards from your hand yet. But yeah, so...
Temple of the King.
I mean, like a 6 Samurai one. Like, I wasn't sure if I remembered a weird one being there from the new set, but I don't think there is. And if there isn't, then your opponent still gets one turn, then your turn, then the one they skip.
Yeah.
Unless if you set it preemptively, which is then...
I just don't know why you would... Like, I just don't know why they'd make this card. Either you never get it off, or it becomes super cancerous. Like, I don't understand it.
That's why I like it.
It makes no sense to me.
Never gets off. Otherwise, Struggling Battle. Normal trap card. If you control no monsters, you can activate this card from your hand. See, I knew there was a trap card that could do this. If your opponent controls more monsters or more cards than you do, at the end of the battle phase, make your opponent banish cards they control face down until they control the same number of cards that you do.
Fuck this card.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you'll always leave your opponent with one card because you control Struggling Battle. But, like... You go in, there's no OTKs anyway. You go into, like, you go second. Okay, cool. Standby phase anything? No. Main phase 1. Battle phase. End battle phase. This.
Yeah. And obviously, since we have no HDKs at the moment, once again, you're surviving that first battle phase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
This card is what it's power creeping Exoton Knight.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Another nuke one. I mean, at least you have to wait to the end of the battle phase, but in saying that, banishing face down as well is kind of dog. Wow. Otherwise. And well, tell you what, that's it for the cards and shit, because you don't watch Reigns. And spoiler warning for Reigns, if you don't want to be spoiled, just fast forward about 2 minutes.
But it says right here, I'll quickly summarize. Blue Angel has like a seizure, and Playmaker takes his sweet ass fucking time finishing her.
Yep. So,
Interesting.
without
No,
any
no
context.
context. No, I'm joking.
without any context.
Sorry
Yeah,
for the
so
extra work.
and that's the thing as well. Like, it's just like it was just weird anime editing as well. It was kind of jarring, and they had a duel, and then she like goes berserk mode like Yuya style, Yuya style, and then he's just like fucking keeps comboing off while she's like dying. It's really jarring to watch. He's just like, oh, and then I activate this effect, and then this effect, and she's just like writhing on the ground crying.
She's like,
yeah,
and it's like, so is the summon legal or what?
Yeah, like response.
Judge, time wasting.
Yeah, like the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro timer runs out.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a good show, but the rules are a bit. And then he goes into. He hasn't even used his dragon monster yet, so it's kind of 5D style in that. But there's not like. It's different because 5Ds is cool. I know I'm just ranting to you at this point. But 5Ds, fucking Jack Atlas has stolen Stardust, so that's why he doesn't use Stardust as his monster. He's just using his second monster as his main one. In this, he just doesn't have it. He could have summoned it. Didn't. Why not? Doesn't make any sense. I guess, like, we get spoiled with pack stuff. Maybe they should have held back the dragon until, the December pack. What do you know? Anyway.
Not a lot about V-Rains.
Are you going to buy any shit, sell any shit, or look to build any shit this week?
I kind of want to build a combo deck.
What you thinking?
Man, I got nothing. Like, I was just, like, the idea's just in my head to build something that is kind of cancery. Probably, like, I don't know, like, making, like, Shadol sort of protection princess has always been in my mind, but I'm not sure how good it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sort of it. What about you, Bragg?
Besides the pendulum shit, I was thinking about if Andrew picks up Kane's. I got another guy at a local Kane. He's True
Shout out to
Kings.
Kane.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking ulti Solemn already.
If he gets the whole, that's completely thrown me off. Oh my god! If he gets the whole True King deck and he only plays the diagrams and stuff, if he opts for True King things, I'll be like, hey, sell me the True Kings. But in saying that, there's no diagrams, and now I'll just sit back and wait for diagrams to turn up in my lap.
I got a diagram for you. Buy it off me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'll just piece them together slowly. And
I'll do you mad deal.
And then I'll probably just play True Kings in Link format.
Fair. Aren't Dinos like essentially the best deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one you need diagrams for. But I think I could nearly True King them out. True King out of them. I really like playing the True King deck at the regionals. So I'm thinking going back to it because obviously it's the Cairns one that I borrowed. So that's maybe where I'm thinking. Otherwise, maybe I shouldn't buy the Magician stuff because it's like an actual waste of money.
It is. You throw money onto the ground. Like,
yeah.
Walk away from the money. That's what you just did. But if you think you can have how much are each structure deck? Like, how much does it cost?
The pendulum stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it shouldn't be that much.
Oh, it's not even a structure deck. What am I talking
I'm like
about?
going, yeah, it was a structure deck. It's not. I'm like trying to do the math in my head of what it would be the equivalent. I mean, it should be the equivalent. Like, if I'm paying any more than $60 for it, then fuck that.
Yeah, but it's like, do you think you can have $60 worth of fun?
No. Especially since the Player of the Year was this weekend. I didn't realize until it was too late.
Fuck, I should have come down this weekend instead.
Yeah. Zephyr is topped again.
No. Fuck. I fucking. No. Every time I hear the word Zephyr, I'm like, stay the fuck away from me, you weeb. Oh.
Sorry, that was just the cost switch. I just went into a fit because of that reaction. I'm gonna I'm gonna capture that forever. No. That's the Zephyr reaction. Otherwise, that was a very tournament-heavy episode. Hopefully, we can get to talk about a deck or some shit next week. Who are we fucking kidding? We're going to be talking about Lost Revenge next week. But we hope to see you there. Thank you very much for joining me, Loklin.
Let me real quick guess what we're going to talk about next week. We're going to talk about... what was the thing you said we were going to talk about? Light's Revenge?
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about Zodiac and the ban list.
Yeah, look, we'll try and have it like... Unless and we'll have a piece from Andrew when he wins the whole thing. No jinxing. He's not here to hear it. He probably never will. But
there's no way Andrew listens to this podcast.
No, he is like, yeah, he just lives it, right? Even it'll be like he already did it, right? He never left. I've given myself a fucking headache from this coughing thing. This is just descending to complete shit.
What? Our podcast descending into complete shit? No.
Yeah.
Not us. And
this time it wasn't even like Blake going about Pokemon or fucking Logan doing something or me being drunk. We've had some good ones. Go back to our back catalogue, people. Even though it's not completely meta relevant, there's definitely some moments back there.
Yeah. Yugi shots. Go back to Yugi shots. That's one of my best. I think that's one of my best thumbnails too.
Yeah, actually it was. Then the debate. The debate one was a sick one.
I just hate the debate one because I put so much time into it and it still looked like shit.
Nah, it looked fine to me.
Oh.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, Loklin.
Absolutely.
Join us next week. Thank you very much. Bye.